Everybody. Thank you so much for being present and going through this lecture with me. It's a very quick lecture, and I'm not going to go through the actual videos that I want you to watch. So you'll have time to do that on your own and reflect so you can get back to your studies and your life. All right, so bilingualism in language development. What is that? What is bilingualism? Well, research tells us that there are advantages to knowing more than one language, which we probably all know this from our studies and things maybe we've read online or any articles or journals. But bilingualism is simply put the ability to speak and understand two languages. And research tells us that it can enhance cognitive, social, and cultural perception, including those very important skills, executive function. It promotes enhanced language development and cognitive adaptability and cultural competence as well. So with that, the California foundations that I've referred to several times, and everyone's pretty aware of that. There's a website down here, but it provides an amazing framework for high quality early learning, and not only for native Californians or those who speak one language, but they do an amazing job of giving support to parents and educators who are, particularly in California, we're very heavy with this, having dual language learners, right? Bilingual or multilingual language learners. So the framework, if you haven't gone through that, you will see that I believe on the last page, and I have a link here, so you can go to that. The last page, there's a link, several links that are amazing, and it provides a comprehensive research-based guidebook for best practices for developing language and literacy for all. So the last page at this link here is, you see English language. Go through it. I was blown away when I first was introduced to this because it's a link that provides professional development videos, and it has vignettes and scenarios and real world application to studying language development, in particular English language learners. So go and explore. I have included a video, and I will continue to include videos throughout the next 4 weeks of case studies, if you will, of different experiences that the teachers have with either with parents or with the young early child stages, the young ones. So their philosophy and their goals clearly align with making sure that all learners can achieve high quality education. And that means early language learners, and the support, as I said, that they provide to educators is amazing. So go check it out, and it's right here, and I will move along. So this is one of the videos I want you to watch. I will not play it now because it's going to take too long, but it is the young dual language learner, brand new words. So this is the coolest video. These cute little girls here are in a preschool environment, and their teacher is doing an amazing job of fostering their confidence and fostering their curiosity and allowing them to be the teacher, allowing them to take charge and make them feel like they're having a second language is not a deterrent to learning. And we know that it's not. We know that there are definitely challenges to second language learners. It is a hard thing when you're just learning how to speak any second language for the first time, right? There's a lot of obstacles to go through. And especially if your teacher does not speak your native language. My goodness, I myself have been going through that for years, where I have students, actually currently right now, I teach first grade virtually, and I have this cute little girl who's from Russia, and she is doing amazing, but we are relying on, her mother does not speak English at all. And so she relies on her first grader to help her, which is funny, which happens a lot, right? So my responsibility is to help both of them learn the best they can to move on to the next grade and move on to understanding more conversational and things that will get them through life, right? But at this very early age, she has learned to use Google Translate better than I do. And when we have parent-teacher conferences, we go ahead and use the Google Translate. And during our breakout sessions and during my whole group and small group lessons online virtually, she knows exactly what to do. She will go ahead and either, if she doesn't understand, she'll go ahead and hold the Google, she'll record what I'm saying, and she'll ask me to repeat. And she will write out on her whiteboard, like everyone does, the answer to the equation. And she's amazing, her confidence, because not all my students do this, but she shoots her hand up now and wants to speak the answer, which is so cool. And she's brave and she's learning. And like I said, it is not easy to learn a language, and it's our responsibility, just as you will see when you watch this amazing teacher in action and these cute little kids in action. There is a spirit that needs to ensue when you are working with these students. You need to let them know that they are special, and it is awesome that they know 2 languages, right? When I started saying this to my kids last year, in fact, because I had lots of, maybe like 5 or 6 EL students, and they were so excited when I talked about how lucky they were. And it changes their mindset, because it is hard, things are frustrating, right? And I always tell my students, it's okay to struggle. It's okay. It means that you are learning new things and your brain is going to go get stronger, right? And I always say, failure leads to success. And if we don't fail, we don't have an opportunity to learn new things and grow, right? Failure, making mistakes is okay, as long as we know what mistakes we made and we learn from that. However, having this at this such a young age, and even the older people who are just learning another language, it is tough. So the more support, the more accolades, the more celebrating that we bring to them, and the more culture that we bring into our teaching, the more, let's see, diversity and culture, and being aware of where they came from and what their backgrounds are and what makes them happy, and learning about their families will all help them to be successful in learning and succeeding in a new language. It's proven, there's research. And when you watch this teacher, he does such a great job of letting them teach, which is really, really cool. And they're loving it. As you see in their faces right now, their expressions, they are loving this because they are teaching their language to him. So, I love watching this. Anyway, so when you go through this, it's only 1 minute and 21 seconds. And after that, I left some reflection questions for you to think about in response to the video. You don't have to get back to me. You don't have to send me anything. You could always, shoot me an email, or, so you can, if you want to discuss it, put it in a chat, right? Put it in one of our discussion posts and refer to this, because it is pretty amazing to watch this excellent teacher inspire these students by the body language, by the way they speak, by allowing them the opportunity to feel important and heard, and the strategies that the teacher uses also is instrumental in helping as well, and all the hands-on activities. So it's super cool. Check it out. Look at these responses, reflect on that, and I know that you will get a lot out of it. And also go to this teachhub.org for more resources and videos. All right, so strategies for language development. So we need to make sure that we're providing a language-rich environment. You want to have lots of opportunities where they are looking at labels, where they're looking at print, where they're looking at big books, little books, words on the walls, right? Bring their language in too, right? Make sure that you're introducing the whole group to their language and make them feel important, which they are, in sharing their background, because they are the minority, right? They are, because they feel that way, and we don't want them to feel that way. We want them to think that they're just like everyone else, because they are. But that mindset, when you first go into a classroom and you don't know the language, you can imagine that they do feel insecure, and they do feel scared, and they maybe think that they aren't as academically there as the other students. So we want to make sure that we get rid of that stigma and make them know that how special they are, like all the other students, and how cool it is that they actually know and are learning 2 different languages, and they can teach us things. So read aloud books using Realia, I always mispronounce that. And real word connections, authentic language experiences, videos, guest speakers. Make sure that you're aware of the family's cultural background, and bring that in to the classroom. I have to stop and pause, because this year, this is my second year teaching virtually online. I taught at a local charter school in Oceanside for 10 or so years. And this is my second year going since COVID online. And so this is my first year I'm really diving into the fact that I have not been providing an opportunity for my students to share their culture and share their backgrounds. And shame on me for that, right? And so I made a commitment to my students and to my parents that if they don't celebrate Thanksgiving, obviously it's okay if you do. If you don't, with any celebrations, we respect everyone, and we make sure that everyone knows that. But I have opened up discussions for those who celebrate different celebrations. And one of my students celebrates, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, but it's Diwali, I think. And it was so cool to highlight her, and she was just glowing, and her mom was glowing and talking about what they do to celebrate. And it lasts for a couple of days, I believe. And I think even this morning she said that she made candles with different colors. I think an idea of the celebration is lots of colors. I was researching it a little bit, but I think it's called Diwali. I'm so sorry, I don't have it in front of me, and this is just a thing that I thought of. But the point is I'm making a commitment to my students that I'm going to make sure that they know that every single person in the classroom deserves the equality and the attention, and everyone's background is special. So I'm happy about that, because I see that my students who maybe didn't get that last year, or I didn't provide for all those years that I should have in my other school, are going to be getting it. So it's just going to be so much more meaningful for them. And when there's meaningful conversations and activities that are going on, we know that the learning is going to be cemented in the brain, and they're going to be happy campers moving along with more knowledge. So peer tutoring is great when you have those students that are willing to be kind and share. And I like the idea of sharing, reciprocating the share. Again, I talked about this: embracing diversity, celebrate language achievements for all language learners, for even native language learners. We need to celebrate all. And then we want to just continue to promote equity and inclusion. Do check-ins, often formative and summative assessments. Make sure you are involving the parents. Make sure the parents are letting you know what's going on, letting you know if there's a level of frustration, letting you know, as with all students, if things are going well at home, or if you need to be aware of anything so you can adjust your teaching. And obviously the neuroscience is out there. There are so many activities that you can do to activate the brain and activate learning, and use best practices, which we will get into later. So your week 1 assignment, I said it would be quick, right? Your week 1 assignment is bilingualism and language development. So it's week 1, assignment 3, due the 19th at 10 a.m. And read or watch this PowerPoint lecture. Okay, check. Hopefully you're doing that. And it provides an insight into language development and bilingualism. Reflect on the foundation and stages of bilingualism in early language development. Very similar to all language development, but yet there is a difference. And there is a critical need to understand what the difference is. There are benefits, right? There are benefits to knowing another language. And also it is hard on the second language learner. So we need to be aware of that. Summarize the significance that bilingualism can play in early language development. So you're going to summarize that. And what if any, in your opinion, could be a detriment to academic growth with respect to social emotional development of a young child with parents who do not speak English? I have several of those in my classes here, and as well as last year. So think about that. What, if anything, in your opinion, this is your opinion, okay, with your professional expertise, in your opinion, what could be maybe a detriment to academic growth with respect to the social emotional development, okay, and academic of a young child with parents who do not speak English? Very challenging. So you're going to summarize that, your summary guidelines. It's all listed out for you, but it should be typed in legible font, double space, follow APA 7 citation style. And I have other things that you'll need to follow that you can read on your own. I have also included a list of academic references online. I'd like you to at least use at least 2 of your own resources, right? Because I don't want to give you everything. This is a benefit for you to be researching this on your own. But you may use any of the 4 below that speaks to you. Okay, part 2 of this activity is you're going to design a parent toolkit grounded in evidence-based strategies, and maybe you'll use it one day, right? Incorporating both language development and social emotional support for bilingual learners. We're going to include 3 language development strategies, 3 resources, and 3 social emotional strategies, all backed up by peer-reviewed research and reputable sources. So the guidelines for this is you can create a video to put online, right, as your assignment in Canvas. You can write a parent letter or a document that assists parents at home in helping their children be successful as second language learners. Some of the parents at home do not speak English, okay? But they can read some or translate. So for full credit, you must include what I have down here. Pretty straightforward. Let me know if you have questions. It's all listed in the assignment in Canvas. And here are my resources. And I'm really excited for you guys to dive into this. I love, my big things for you is to reflect on this video. And also the summary is great, but the summary will allow you also to create a toolkit for parents. I'm so excited. So I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys come up with. If you have any questions, please email me, let me know, and have an amazing, amazing night. Bye. Thank you.